And she came because she wanted to serve food and help. And she embarrassed Walker because she beat him in a burping contest. She served tacos. She served spaghetti. She sat down with the moms. We started a moms lacrosse Bible study group using the same book that we had used here with GFC. We had a second baptism from two boys who came to our house, one who was completely unchurched, not understanding why a college girl would even come and help. Next. Then she joined a dojo. And beside her, Rebecca got baptized, her sparring partner. And then one over, that's Courtney, our little girl beside Glenn, who had the head injury, who we prayed for, who is studying to be bilingual in Spanish because she wants to serve the Lord in mission works and went to Guatemala this summer and needed a Spanish tutor. And Glenn got a stand-in big sister. Impact. The big takeaway from this, you stand up and you say it loud and strong. Hold it up.
Okay.
With her best friend beside her that she didn't have.
I don't know where we're going. You're never alone. Yeah, go ahead and say it. I'm nice.
She's a mess. You go, Daddy. No.
Guys, here we go. You sit down. Guys, the biggest point that I want to make sure that you all understood with that is that you are never alone. Danielle had no idea that the people that were at that band competition, that she was sitting in their house. She had no idea how many Christians were around her that were lifting her up and that were cheering her on. She had no idea the impact that she was going to have on other people's lives because she was able to overcome the schemes of the devil. She was able to overcome the fact and understood that she's not alone, that she is forgiven, and that she is loved.
And Suzanne was there. I was going to put it out, but I couldn't look at her. I started crying. Guys, Suzanne was there. Elena was there. Cato was there. Glenn was there. Courtney was there. Can y'all hear me? Is that not God showing up in the biggest way? And we're so glad you're here.
Good golf clap. Guys, going ahead and closing out, we're going to close out most every class with another quote from The Art of War. This one is from Section 4, Tactical Dispositions, number 1. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. Again, the good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. Summing up, you don't practice something until you get it right. You practice it till you can't get it wrong. When we are working with each other, when we're working with our families, guys, when we're working with ourselves, we cannot allow ourselves to be susceptible to the schemes. And we've got to always remember specifically one, you are loved. Above all else, God loved you to the point that he was willing to have someone die for you. That you are forgiven. It doesn't matter what you've done. You're not too far gone. You are forgiven. And then finally, guys, you're never alone. No matter how much you feel that you are. No matter how much of a fight is going on inside your mind. There is always someone out there watching you, whether you realize it or not. There's always someone near you who's going to be able to be there and to help lift you up, whether you realize it or not. So we've got some homework again, and it is the compassion commitment. Where's the thing, Gene? Oh, hey, I need this. So this is going to be on this table back here. And two things. One of you, the homework has got two parts. One of you, I would love for you to sign the compassion commitment. And I want you to come over and sign the poster board. And one, I don't want you to sign it unless you mean it. And you guys, you don't have to put your name on there. You can put a scripture. You can simply put, I will. But I want you to reach out to someone. There is always someone right now that you look at and say, hey, how you doing? Okay. And to not turn around and leave it at that. But to be able to have the compassion to take the time to reach out to them and say, are you sure? Have the compassion to reach out to each other. But the second side of that is this. There is always someone who has had an impact on you. First step of the compassion commitment, I want you to have an impact on someone else and take the time to make sure they're doing all right. But two, guys, take the time to let someone know who has impacted you. It may not be anything more simple than saying, you know what, thank you. It doesn't take long, it doesn't take a book, it doesn't take a long text, it doesn't take a ginormous letter, but to simply reach out and say, you know what, you reached out to me not too long ago, and I really appreciate it, and say thank you very much. Guys, thank y'all so much for all your attention. Thank you for your comments tonight. We're going to stand up and have our last song.